Hello, my little math wizards. How is everyone doing today? All right, so we are ready to start lesson 12 in math today. And I want to just give you a little heads up. So I really hope that you have been practicing your skip counting songs because you absolutely need those songs for our lessons. And today we are going to be working with nines. So if you haven't been practicing your nine song yet, you definitely want to. So I told you before that the sevens was one of my favorite songs, but the nines, it's a I don't know, it might even be my favorite. So if you haven't listened to that one, you definitely want to. It is a whale and the crabs. Crab. There's one crab that he goes like that with his, what do you call those things? Claws, I guess. So, anyways, definitely listen to your nines if you haven't yet, and even if you have, keep practicing them, okay? And we'll be singing that in our lesson today. So, our lesson objective today is that we are going to apply the distributive property and the fact that 9 equals 10 minus 1 as a strategy to multiply. We're also going to use the distributive property to multiply. So that's where we really want to pay attention today, that we are using the distributive property when we are multiplying. And you remember what we do with our hands for the distributive property? We like this. It is the break apart strategy, right? So we're breaking it apart. We're taking an array or we take a tape diagram and we cut it, right? And we find the total of the top and the bottom or the side to the other side. And then what do we do with those two parts? We add them together, right? Good. And remember, we talked about doing those motions with our hands just helps us to just get it into our brains even that much better, okay? All right. So for our lesson today, we're going to jump right into our problem set. So of course, you always need your pencils and you need your lesson 12 problem set today, which looks like that. All righty. So show me you're ready to go. All right, name and date on your paper. And let's take a look. So we have, for the directions for number 1, it says each block has a value of 9. So that means that each one of these is going to be worth 9. Find the value of each row, then add the rows to find the total. So each block has a value of 9. Find the value of each row, then add the rows to find the total. You may say we have a clue word in there. What is that clue word? Each, right? And each tells us that we're going to multiply or divide. Good. And in this case, they're already showing us which operation we're going to multiply. Okay. So for number 1a, we're solving for 6 times 9, but we're using that distributive property, right? So we're going to break it apart. We're breaking apart the 6 into a row of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just one singleton block by itself, okay? So we broke that 6 up into 5 and 1. All right. So how much is each block worth? 9, right? So let's go ahead and put a 9 inside of each one of those blocks. Okay, so each block is worth 9. Oh, I can't forget this little lonely block down there by itself is worth 9 too. Right? Okay, so then we have 5 times 9, and they already did that work for us there, right? They said that 5 times 9 is 45. We could do our 9s, but we also know how to count by 5s really easily, right? So let's count by 5s together 9 times. Ready? Will you count with me? And I always tell the kids in class, get your counting fingers ready. Okay, here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay, so that 5 times 9 is 45. And at the bottom, they have 1 times 9 because there's just one block and it's worth 9. So 1 times 9 is 9. Good. Now, what would we do with that 45 and with the 9? What would we do with those two? I've got my two parts and I'm going to add them together, right? But let's look at the little puzzle down here that they have for us and fill in our parts and then we'll find our total, okay? So let's put a box around 6 times 9 because that's what we're solving for. Remember, they broke that 6 up. I can do like a little number bond right under it into 5 groups of 9 and 1 group of 9. So that's where that 5 times 1 in parentheses comes from, right? Or not sub. Did I say 5 times 1? 5 plus 1. There's where that 5 plus 1 comes from, because they broke that 6 up into a 5 and a 1, okay? And then it's times 9, because each block is worth 9. All right, so then we're going to take it a step further, and I have 5 times 9, which is my part up top here, plus 1 times 9, which comes from the bottom. So I've got that, and I'm going to add those two parts together. So 45 is my total from the top. What goes right there? 9, right? Because that's my total from the bottom. So I've got 45 plus 9. You could do mental math. You could write it. We could put 45 in our head, and then we could count on 9. Let's try that together. So 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So my answer is 54. And then I don't want to forget to take that all the way up top, because what we were initially solving for is 6 times 9, which we now know is 54. Okay, good. This should be familiar to us, right? We have been working with the distributive property. This is not new. We've done things just like this. We're just continuing our practice, and today we're continuing our practice with 9s. Alrighty, so let's take a look at the next one. We have 7 times 9. And at the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks again. At the bottom, we have 2. So they're taking that 7 and they're breaking it up into 2 parts. They're breaking it up into 5 groups of 9 and 2 groups of 9, right? What should we write inside of each block? A 9, because each block is worth 9. Don't forget your blocks at the bottom. Okay, they already did the top for us. 5 times 9 is 45, right? And at the bottom, we have 2 groups of 9. So what's going to go right here? A 2. 2 times 9 equals blank. How would I solve that one? I could count by 2 9 times, or I can count by 9 2 times. I can double the 9. We'll do our 9 song 2 times. Ready? Get your kind of fingers ready. Here we go. 9, 18, stop. So that equals 18. So the top part equals 45, and the bottom part equals 18. What would I do with those two parts? Top and bottom, what am I going to do with the two parts? I'm going to add them together, right? But let's fill in our parts in the box below of our little puzzle. I'm going to put a box around 7 times 9, because that's the whole thing that we're solving for. We broke it up using the distributive property. I'm going to put a little number bond under the 7, because I broke that 7 up, right, into a group of 5 and into a group of 2. Okay, so I have a group of 5 plus a group of 2. So that gives me that information in the parentheses there. So I've got 5 plus, what's going to go in the blank there? 2. Good job. 5 plus 2. And where does that times 9 come from? There's 9 in each group, right? So that's where that times 9 comes from, because we filled 9 in each group. All right, and then if we look down at the next row, they've broken it up even more for us. They have 5 times 9, which comes from the top, right? That 5 times 9, if you want to put the T there to help us remember, comes from the top. Plus, remember we said that we're taking the top and the bottom and we're adding them together, so that's what that addition sign is there. Plus blank times 9. What goes in that blank there? 2, right? Because there's 2 groups of 9. Okay, so we have 5 times 9, which comes from the top, 2 times 9, which comes from the bottom, which equals 45, which is the total from the top. So 45 plus what? What do you think goes in that blank right there? Do you think it's 18? Because 18 is the total from the bottom, right? So 45 comes from the top and 18 comes from the bottom. So remember, I take that top and I take that bottom, and what do I do with the two parts? I add them together, right? So we want to add 45 and 18. I'm going to go ahead and write it out right here, just so we can make sure that we are completely accurate with our work, okay? So I've got 5 plus 8. What does that equal? 13, right? So I'm going to put the 3 and I'm going to carry the 1 up top there. I'm going to circle it so I don't forget it. And then I'm going to add these 3 digits together. So I've got 4, 5, 6. So it equals 63. Are we done? Don't forget to fly the sky. I'm going to go all the way around that work up top there to show that 7 times 9 equals 63. You've got it. Good job. All right, how are we feeling so far? Thumbs up if you're feeling good. Sideways if you're so-so. I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting it, but not quite there yet. Or thumbs down if you're still struggling. Okay, I'm hoping that we're at least here or here. And if we're here, we can always rewind that video and take a look back and see what we did again. It's just watching it over and over again and really paying attention can help to get that into our head as long as we're paying attention. And we've got more to go. So if you're still struggling, that's fine. Just stay with me and keep going. If you're feeling really good, you can pause your video right now and you can do C on your own. If you're so-so, stick with me and do C with me, and then try D on your own. So depending on your comfort level, you can decide what you want to do with C and D on here, okay? All right, so let's take a look at C. So again, we know that each block represents how many? 9. So we'll stick 9 into each block. And if you're going over this with me, make sure that you filled in your blocks. 8 times 9 is what we're solving for, but if we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that top row of blocks again, and 3 in the bottom. So we're breaking up that 8 into 5 groups of 9 and 3 groups of 9. Okay, 5 times 9, we already know that answer because we've done it here and here. So what is 5 times 9, everyone? 45. Good job. All right. And in the bottom, we have 1, 2, 3 groups of 9. So we have blank times 9. What's going to go in this blank right there? Did you put a 3? Good job. And we want to solve for 3 times 9. So we can count by 3s, but since today we're really practicing our 9s, I want to practice doing our 9 song 3 times. Ready? So get your counting fingers ready, even if you already did this count with me because it's good to practice. Here we go. 9, 18, 27, stop. So that equals 27. So the top equals 45, the bottom equals 27. Do your hands with me. What am I going to do to those two parts? I'm going to add them together, right? Let's fill in our puzzle pieces though. Even if I want to put that addition sign like that in between just to help me remember, that's what I do with the two parts. I can definitely do that, right? Okay. All right, so let's take a look in our box. I'm going to put a box around 8 times 9 because that's the whole thing that we're solving for. The 8 we broke up, right, into 5 rows of 9, or 5 groups, 5 blocks of 9. And how many on the bottom? 3, right? So that's that 5 plus 3 there, which gives me 8. So in this blank, 5 plus 3, nice work, times 9. Why 9? Because there's 9 in each group, right? Okay. So then we're going to break it up even more. It equals 5 times 9. 5 times 9 comes from the top plus blank times blank. If you already did this, what did you put in those two blanks? And even if you didn't do it, think aloud and tell me, what did you put in those two blanks? 3 times 9. Good, because we're looking at that bottom and we have 3 times 9. And so we have 45, which is our total from the top, plus what goes in that blank? 27, right? Because that was a total from the bottom. And then what do I do with those two parts? I add them together. So I'm just going to circle that plus sign to really emphasize. And then I'm going to write it out so I can make sure that I'm accurate. 45 plus 27. What's 5 plus 7? 12. Good. So 2, carry the 1. 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you get 72 for your answer? And if you were doing it with me, is that what you got when you were working along with me too? Good. Don't forget, we need to take our 72 because the whole thing that we were solving for was 8 times 9, which is 72. Give me a thumbs up if you're working on that one on your own and you got it correct. Good, and I'm hoping that it's becoming easier and easier for us. So if you weren't trying on your own, I want everyone to pause right now and try D on your own, okay, if you don't already have it done. And then we'll come back together, okay? So I want everyone to give D a go. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. So I'm hoping that you worked on D independently. Each of our blocks, I'm going to go ahead and fill in 9 because we know that all of these blocks, the value of them is 9. Okay. The top we have is 5 times 9. The bottom is 4 times 9 because what we did is we took that first 9 and we broke it up into 5 groups of 9 and 4 groups of 9, right? So 5 times 9 we know is 45. And on the bottom, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 9. So did you put a 4 right there? Good job. 4 times 9. So we can count by 4s, but since today we're practicing our 9s, we're going to do our 9 song 4 times. Ready? Will you count with me even though you already have this done? Get your counting fingers ready. Here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36. Stop. So what did we get? 36. So the top is 45, the bottom is 36. What do I do with those two parts? Add them together, right? I can put that plus sign there just to remind myself that I'm going to add the two parts. Okay, but let's fill this in. So 9 times 9 is the whole thing. We broke that 9 up into 5 groups of 9, and then there was 4 groups of 9 at the bottom. So 5 groups of 9 plus 4 groups of 9 times 9, because there was 9 in each one. So we have 5 plus what? What did you put in that blank right there? Did you think of 4 too? Good. And it is 4 on the bottom because it's 5 comes from there's 5 groups on the top plus 4 because there's 4 groups on the bottom, right? And it's times 9. Why? Because there's 9 in each group, right? All right. So 5 times 9 comes from the top. So 5 times 9 plus blank times blank. What did you put there? Tell me what you put in there. 4 times 9, right? Very good, because this is the top and this is the bottom. So 45 is my total from the top plus blank. What did you put right there? 36. Nice work. Okay, and if you didn't get that there, 45 is the total from the top plus 36 because that's the total from the bottom, right? What do I do with those two parts? God, I'm going to add them together. So 45 plus 36. 5 plus 6 is 11, right? So 1 carry the 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my total is 81. And then don't forget to take that all the way up to the top to show that 9 times 9 equals 81. Give me 2 thumbs up if you had that correct. Okay, and if not, I'm hoping that you see where your mistake was and that you were able to understand it and that we kind of are getting it a little bit better now. So I'm going to do another check-in. Give me a thumbs up if you're feeling good. Side to side if you're still not quite there, and there if we're not there at all. Okay, and if you're here, boys and girls, I want you to take a look back through, okay, and see where you're missing. You could even get another piece of paper and work through it again with me, but we don't just want to stay here. We want to help ourselves to kind of understand it a little better, okay? Or you could definitely let your teacher know too that you're struggling with that. All right, go ahead and flip it. All right, so on the back, this looks pretty fun. We are matching, we're solving the problems in the helicopter. So on this side, we have multiplication, and this side we have division. We're gonna solve singing our 9 song, and then we're gonna connect the helicopter to the cloud. Okay, I'm just gonna move this up just a bit so I can fit a little bit more of the page in. Good. And we'll start right at the beginning. So 3 times 9. So how do I do that? We're gonna sing our 9 song 3 times. So get your counting fingers ready. Ready? So 9 3 times. Here we go. 9, 18, 27. Stop. So it equals 27. So we can just put equals 27, and then we will fly that helicopter to the 27 cloud. Okay. The next helicopter, let's do all the multiplication and then all the division. And if you want to try a few with me, then you can do the rest on your own if you feel good with your nines, okay? 9 times 9. So we're going to sing our 9 song 9 times. Here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81. Stop. What did we get to? 81. So equals 81. And where is that? Oh, it's all the way up at the top. So I'm going to fly him up to the top. Okay. 8 times 9. So we could do 8s, but today we're practicing 9. So let's do our 9 song 8 times. Ready? Get your counting fingers ready. Here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72. Stop. What did we count up to? 72. Good. Equals 72. And this guy is flying down, or girl. All right. I'm going to do one division. We'll do one division together, just in case some of you want to try this on your own. And you definitely could try it on your own, right? As long as you've got your 9s, you could try it on your own. And also, well, let's see. We could also do a 9 count by at the top. That could help you too. Okay, so let's just do that real quick. So 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. There. So you can have that too. So if you're solving, for example, 9 times 4, 9, 18, 27, 36, stop. So you can use that to help you. But definitely, I can't stress enough, you need to practice these songs because they will help you so much. Okay, so we just answered 9 times 4. So that equals 36. Where is that 36? There it is. Boop. Okay, let's do one division together. So 45 divided by 9. So how would I solve 45 divided by 9? I would count by 9s until I get to 45, right? Get your counting fingers ready. If you need to look at your count by, you can. Here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. Stop. What did we get? 5, right? So 45 divided by 9 equals 5. Okay, so I'm going to take that helicopter and he's going to take a dip down to the 5. Okay, so if you feel good, especially now that we put that count by up top, everyone could pause it and give the rest of it a go and then just check back with me after, okay? So if you know your 9 song, you don't need to look at your count by, but if you're not sure of your 9s yet, you have the count by that you can use to help you there, okay? All right. So go ahead and pause and finish. All right, I'm going to finish going over it now. So I hope that you're back with me and that you did some work on your own independently. So 2 times 9, we count by 9s 2 times. 9, 18, stop. So that equals 18. And I take my helicopter and he's flying right there. Nice and easy. All right, then I'm ready to go to finish up my division. 9 divided by 9. Well, I know that anytime I divide a number by itself, the answer is always 1. And the other thing too, if I count by 9s till I get to 9, here we go. 9, it's 1, right? So my answer there would be 1. And he's going to take a dip down to the 1. Okay. 90 divided by 9. So I can think to myself, 9 times what equals 90, right? And you may already know that answer. Do you think you know what that answer is? Well, if you should have already done it too, so you have it. But let's practice counting by our 9s till we get to 90, okay? Counting fingers ready. Count with me even if you already have it done because it's good practice. Here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. How many did we count? 10. So 90 divided by 9 equals 10. And you may have known that too because you may have said to yourself, well, I know that 10 times 9 equals 90. So that would mean that 90 divided by 9 has to equal 10 because we're in that fact family, right? Good. Doing okay? 2 more. 72 divided by 9. We're going to count by 9s to get to 72. So even though you have it done, I want you to count with me. Get your counting fingers ready. Here we go. 9s to get to 72. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72. Stop. How many did we count? Good. We counted 8, 9. So 72 divided by 9 equals 8. And there we go. Did you get that too for your answer? Good job. And the last one, 54 divided by 9. So you may think, well, I only have one left. So obviously that's the answer. However, we could have made a mistake somewhere else. So we should always check and make sure that we're correct, okay? So 54 divided by 9. We're going to count by 9s till we get to 54. Count with me. Get your counting fingers ready. Here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. Stop. How many 9s did we count? 6. And that is what we had left. So we were correct with all our other ones. That's a great way for us to just do another check too. Okay. Nice job. Was that fun? Good. So I like whenever we have like activities like this because I think that they're fun to do. And they're really good for us to practice our skip counting too. So again, boys and girls, be sure that you are listening to those skip counting videos because they are going to be your best friend when we're working on lessons like this. If we think about our lesson today, let me find our objective page. Here we go. I can use the distributive property to multiply. That was our whole front page, right? We're using that distributive property or that break apart strategy to multiply. Okay. Really nice work today. Keep up the great work, and I will see you all tomorrow.